Hi guys, this is Cindy from Two Cracked Little Sisters. Thanks for joining me for today's project. We'll be working with Newton's Nook Dear Friends stamp set, and we're going to be making a cute little birthday card. I used some light colored brown cardstock, cut it 5.5 by 8.5, and then scored it at 4 1/4. I cut a piece of black cardstock, and then I cut a piece of matching cardstock from the base card, and then I glued those two together. And I had to stand up to get this straight because you can't sit down and glue it on straight. I also wanted to have a little bow on there, so I tied a wee little bow, and my fingers just weren't cooperating real well, so the bow was a little challenge, but I got it on there. And then put it on the back and tie it. Used tape to tape it in place so that it stayed. There we go. There's the bow on there, and that's what it'll look like on the front of the card. Off camera, I took my square dotted die and cut out 3 squares. Golly, I can't even talk today. I cut out 3 squares. The middle one is going to have the sentiment stamped on it, and the other 2 are going to have a little cutout deer put on there. I like to use Nina's Solar White 80-pound cardstock for Copic Coloring, and I use my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. It's what works for me, so I use that combination all the time. For the sentiment, though, I like to use the Hero Arts Intense Black. I find that the Memento ink sometimes doesn't give a crisp, clear image when it stamps, so I found using the Hero Arts gives me a better stamped image. I used my Sandy Allnook hex chart to pick out the browns I wanted to color my little deer. It's nice. The hex chart gives me I can see the colors, so I can pick out what I want, because the end of the Copic marker is a little bit darker shade, so it's nice to see it in person on Nina cardstock, so I can get the right color combination. Oh, sorry, that was my phone dinging. Sorry about that. So this part I'm going to speed up because it's kind of boring watching somebody color. But I like to go with my darkest color first so that I can get my shading in there. I find if I start with my lightest color, I tend to overshade with the darker color. So for me, it's easiest to start with the darker, go to my mid-tone, and then end up with my lightest color. As I mentioned in my blog post, I've been gone for the last month. I was helping my youngest daughter move from Fargo, North Dakota to Minneapolis, Minnesota in the dead of winter, and it was cold and it was snowy. Lots of snow. But we were able to get it done, and she's now down living in the Twin Cities. She got a new job and she's quite happy with where she ended up, so she's good to go now. And it was nice to come home just in time to start 90-degree weather here in Las Vegas, so that was a nice change. That and the fact I'm kind of old now, and packing up boxes and rummaging around and trying to get ladders and stuff like that was a challenge. That and the fact that I slept on an air mattress for the last month, and those are not easy to get in and out of at my age. So hopefully I won't have to help anybody move for quite a while. So there's my deer all done. I decided that I didn't like the way the die cut these out. It was too much white space, so I went back in and fussy cut just up to the black line. I like the look better. And then I had to stand up again so that I would get these straight and kind of aligned a little better. And then I wanted the two little deer to pop out, so I put some foam tape behind it. And I also put some foam tape behind the main middle part there, so that would pop up from the card itself also. I had to be careful there with that first thing. I almost cut through the string. Oops. But it all went pretty good and got that centered on the card. Sorry about my head in the way there for a minute. And there you have it. Nice new card, ready to send on its way. So thank you for joining me. Stop by again soon for another video. Bye for now.